Hey, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I have some more Fallout 76 news and information for you. So with that said, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Now, the first piece of information we're going to be looking at comes from Pete Hines when he posted a statement on Twitter in response to a person's question about gameplay progression inside Fallout 76. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So the person says, at DC Deacon, what happens when you die while doing a quest? Do you still have to save by sleeping like Fallout 4? Or what happens with the quest? To which Pete Hines says, you'd have to pick it back up wherever you respawn. You don't save. Game progress is continuously updated and saved by us. So based off that information, it looks like inside Fallout 76, you don't have to actually save the game anymore. The game will save for you since it is, kind of this online based server game. And it will constantly update and save almost every second, no matter what you're doing. Whether you're looting, whether you're going through quests, whether you're building, whatever you're doing, the game is going to constantly save and update for you since it is an online based game. And if you die during a quest, you simply respawn and you get to pick up that quest right where you left off. So let's say you die during a quest halfway through at a 50% marker. You get to respawn and continue from that 50% marker for that quest and finish out the quest. You don't actually, have to restart the whole quest over again. You simply respawn and pick up where you left off during that quest, which I think is really cool and really neat. And that same thing applies to building buildings. That same thing applies to, finding weapons and armor. It constantly saves and updates. So at any point when you log out, when you log back in, you will not have lost any progression. Everything you done and have done up to that point where you logged out will still be there when you get back, whether it was something you built, something you were doing, somewhere where you were at, whether it was some weapons and armor that you found. All that stuff will still be on your character, will still be built inside your base and or your camp, because the game is constantly updating and saving each and every single second based on your character and everybody else's characters. Because this is an online game, it does save to an online server, so it has to constantly update and save every second because everyone's going to constantly be doing something different at each and every single moment in time. So yeah, I think that's pretty neat that you don't have to save your game anymore. Inside Fallout 76, the game saves pretty much every second for you on its own, which I find pretty cool and pretty awesome. So moving on to our next piece of information, it has to do with personal storage inside Fallout 76. And Pete Hines goes into great detail actually explaining the personal storage in Fallout 76 as he responds to a bunch of questions about the personal storage inside Fallout 76. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So somebody says, at Fallout, at DC Deacon, I am very concerned with one thing with 76 I haven't seen answered. With my items, where can I store them? Is there containers or a house I can have that'll be static between all of my games so I can actually collect unique items and loot? To which Pete Hines says, we have answered that. Yes, you'll have your own stash. But this doesn't end there. The same user says, will storing junk be stored the same way or have its own way? To which Pete Hines says, whatever of yours you decide to store in it, it can contain all of the things. Now it doesn't end there. The user also says, so will everyone's stash be at the exact same place? Hope not, because that could be camped with, say, turrets or something and won't be able to get my stuff. To which Pete Hines says, you can have one in your camp wherever you place it, and a number of them are spread around the world in various places. And somebody actually asked a very important question when they said, is there a set limit to how much stuff we can have in our storage, or is that not factored into the player stash? To which Pete Hines says, store away, not aware of any limit. So it looks like we got a pretty good explanation as to how the personal storage will work inside Fallout 76. Now, for those of you that don't know, Pete Hines a couple of days ago took to Twitter and said that each and every single person in Fallout 76, when they build their base and their camp, will have a personal storage which no one else can actually access. And we've learned pretty much two things from here today. One, that there will not be any limit to how much you could store in that container, which I think is pretty awesome, because as you go through Fallout 76, you're going to find food, you're going to find weapons, you're going to find armor, you're going to find miscellaneous, you're going to find junk, you're going to find all the stuff that you would find in another Fallout game, and you're going to need a place to put all that stuff, and you could put all that stuff inside your personal storage at your base. And Pete Hines also mentions that not only will this personal storage be at your base, so various other places throughout the world. Now, he doesn't go into great detail in explaining it, but I think I am pretty safe. I think it is pretty much safe for me to assume that your camp, your personal storage at your camp will be accessible at another place, because Pete Hines says there are a number of them spread throughout the world in various places. So let's say I go across the map and I realize, oh my god, I forgot my Deathclaw steak. My character's starving. I can simply go to the nearest stash and grab my Deathclaw steak out of there. And I could simply eat that. Or let's say I find a piece of, like armor or a weapon that I don't have enough room for. I will become over encumbered if I carry it, and I don't want to carry it all the way back to my base. I can simply put it in a storage, just somewhere in the world, and then when I get back to my base, it will automatically be there. Now, I'm just assuming that. I'm not sure that's how it's going to work, but I'm assuming that's how it will work, because it wouldn't make sense to have a bunch of just like separate storages in any way, shape, or form, because, you don't have to worry about people looting your body for weapons and armor. The only thing you have to worry about is losing your junk. So I'm pretty sure when Pete Hines says you could have one at your camp, and there's a number of them throughout the world, I'm assuming they're all connected on a system, and you could access your stuff whenever you want to from any of these, kind of locations. Kind of like a bank, if you will, where you could put money, at one bank, and as long as, you go to a same place, a same branch, you could get money from that bank. All your stuff will still be there. So I picture that's how it's going to work. But I'm only assuming that. But the only thing that has been confirmed is that every player will have their own stash that no one else can access. It will not have a limit on it, and there will be various stashes you could put stuff throughout the world. So, yeah. Moving on to our next piece of information, somebody actually asked a decent question, and he said, at DC Deacon, hello, on Fallout 76, can you see people on the map if I picture he means if they are not in your group? To which Pete Hines says, yes. So for those of you that don't know, I've seen this question actually asked quite a bit. You will be able to see everyone marked on the map in Fallout 76, even if they are not in your group. The only exception is if the person has a bounty on their head and you want to claim that bounty, the person with the bounty will not be able to see you coming for them, or if you have a bounty on your head, you're not going to be able to see people who want to come claim that bounty on you. That's the only exception. Other than that, everyone could see where everyone is on the map at any given time. Now, moving on to some more information regarding the bounties inside Fallout 76, someone says, at DC Deacon, if you're going to get the bounty on a wanted murderer, will the murderer need to enter combat with you for you to get that bounty? And will you be a wanted murderer if you kill them without them engaging in combat with you? To which Pete Hines replies, no. So I picture he means no to kind of both parts of this question. First off, this person kind of, questions, will you need to enter combat to claim a bounty? To which Pete Hines is saying, no, you won't need to enter combat to claim a bounty, which means you could probably claim it no matter what. As long as that person has a bounty on their head, you could, simply walk up to them, bang, 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 and they're dead almost instantly. There is no kind of challenge system when it comes to that person anymore. It's pretty much a free-for-all on them. A free-for-all on them, if that makes sense. And Pete Hines is kind of also saying no to the question that you will not become a murderer if you kill someone with a bounty on their head, which I thought was pretty interesting to ask because, to be honest, I thought of this earlier, and then I seen that somebody actually asked it and tweeted at it, and I got my answer. So no, if you do not have to engage a person in PvP to claim the bounty, you could just straight up kill them if they have a bounty on their head. And no, if you kill them, you will not get a bounty on your head or be labeled a murderer. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for this video. That's all the information I have for you guys today on Fallout 76. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. Now, I want to say one thing to my subscribers. I know I'm wearing a hat. I try to cut my hair, and it just didn't turn out well for me, long story short. So I'm going to be wearing this hat for a little bit, and I'm going to mix it up. I have a bunch of other hats, but I'm going to be wearing a hat for the next couple of weeks in videos and in streams. I would also like to say I'm sorry about today's video if I seem a little off. I got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, and it's almost 1:30 a.m. in the morning, and I'm extremely tired. I woke up extremely early today. So I'm sorry if today's video was a little bit off, but I will be good for the next couple of videos. But I don't think I was too off in this video. Anyways, I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.